Winfield, so
video
we get the full
Alchemeister.
effect. Would you mind speaking while you're in-game speaking?
I'll give you a link here in a few
Yep,
seconds.
will do. Good. So we are now in the neighborhood of Stonehill. It's the castle area of Paxlair, and a lot of these neighborhoods are separate from other areas in Paxlair. So the place we were in earlier could be a different neighborhood than the one we're in now. They could be governed slightly differently. They could have different elected officials and whatever else. So this area is where we want to set up a castle environment. So I will explain that. I've got a script, and let's see. Got to figure out where I need to stand to start my script. Yeah, this is good. Okay, welcome to Paxlair in Novia. Welcome to Paxlair in release 18.5, halfway through. Again, I'm using Bay Ridge's Soda Speak Easy program to give my speech. Lets me type it offline and just stand here and talk about it or have a beer. Today I have a more detailed quest for everyone. We are at the back area of the Paxlair Castle right now. Paxlair Castle in itself, with a 5-story stone basement, is as large as a player-owned town holdfast. Yet the castle is owned by only one person. Our concepts here are to make this castle into a town or village unto itself, with many people and guilds involved. A true castle is a specific arrangement of people, groups, and guilds with differing privileges and duties. Not everyone can be nobles and knights. So we must have servants, tradesmen, and guards to form the foundation of a castle community. In Paxlair Castle, we seek to try this in the spirit of role-playing, literature, and quests. Being in the own town of Paxlair, this neighborhood of Stonehill has more than just the Paxlair Castle. It has a back property area of several row houses and some village houses. So servants, workers, guards, and more can live in this area. For the welcome quest today, we need to divide ourselves into 2 groups. Won't this be fun? The servants and the guards, the 2 groups. Each group has equal status in Paxlair, but different duties. Servants are the crafters, gatherers, quartermasters, and keep all people equipped and fed. Guards are the warriors who protect the castle each day and must stay battle-ready at all times. So for this quest, we're going to have each team pick a leader to organize your ideas and wants and wishes as if you were in the Paxlair Castle. You can tell me your desires and your complaints about castle life here. This is all role-playing and very impromptu, like we've done before in our Paxlair quests. Alright, so I gotta go into the castle here. So on one side is the servants area and the other side is the guards area. So follow me up into the castle. Okay, you do not need to enter the castle building itself for this quest. Do everything outside. So now divide up into 2 teams and pick a leader and talk amongst yourselves in your areas, left or right. come around and help a bit, and we'll regroup and see what ideas you have. You may tell me later about how you love the life of Paxler Castle as a tailor or an archer, or you can tell me how the privy needs better cleaning or the foods need better trade and preparation. You may tell me how there are too many bandits and need more guards. So this quest is about thinking and feeling like a servant or a guard. And then tell me what you think as two groups. Now go and talk. We will regather in about 10 minutes to hear what you have to say.
Okay, so what are we going to talk about? We're just trying to throw together some ideas here.
Alright, so we've sent everybody on one side or the other. They form teams, the servants and the guards. They are of equal footing in Paxler Castle, so they both service essential needs of protection or supplies and sustenance for the castle. So they're of equal footing. They just might not necessarily always get along. And I've changed my title to Lord of the Manor, which I'm Lord of this castle, happen to be right now. We may have other Lords of the Manor come in here and run this castle from time to time. Who knows? So this is where I really want to experiment with how we can form a castle community, castle life, even though only one player owns the actual castle. But by working together and maybe in the future have separate permissions with boxes and doors and rooms or something, because this castle is absolutely huge. It's the size of a holdfast. There's no sense that a Lord of the Manor can't somehow figure out a way to make this community-driven property versus just an individual-driven property. So it's kind of what we're kind of going to play with for the next couple of releases here.
All good stuff.
So we've got both groups just kind of talking amongst themselves. I don't know where all the guards went. Guess they went around the corner. And going to come back with some ideas, suggestions, complaints, and I will stand here in the middle and hear from both sides.
Excuse me. And there's that link for you, Alchemeister. That was the rabbit quest that they gave us for Easter.
I don't even know where all the guards went. Maybe they went into the basement to talk privately.
I don't know where to go with this. I'm just gonna see what they all come up with here. I'll take a view of both parties going on. Where did the other group disappear to?
Looks like they're scouting inside because they have to guard this castle. So I think they went inside to scout out some areas where they may need better areas for protection and all that good stuff. So yeah, they kind of wandered off, but I'm sure they'll be back. So one of the things inside the castle, it has, which we don't really have time to tour right now, but it has a first floor that I have set up as servants area and guards area. And then there's different stairwells and secret ladders inside of this castle building that gets you up to higher level floors. So if the enemy does get into the castle walls, the guards can maneuver inside the building a little faster, hopefully, than the enemy can.
By knowing the lay of the land, of course.
Correct. And so this is very, it's very, very perfect for, old castles had all these hidden passageways, and there's a few of them in here too. So I have kind of two passions that I'm trying to do in this release and probably the next release is how do we build a castle community, however that may form, and then how do we build more neighborhoods in a large metropolis or a large town where the neighborhoods feel like their own entities as well because they're living in different portions of the town. They're not all together all the time. Thus, how do you get to know your neighbors, kind of thing.
True, true.
And on top of all that, both aspects is how do